We'll be giving some visuals. Officers here in presence. Good afternoon to you, to the MPP headquarters. Today, we have invited you here for a very important engagement. I think about 2 weeks ago, we called you to come here for similar engagement, and today, our General Secretary, our revered General Secretary, once again will be addressing the media on an important topical issue. So, without much ado, I have the honor to invite the General Secretary. But before the General Secretary is invited to take up the podium, let's respectfully introduce some national officers here in presence to you. We have the Director of Finance and Administration of the party, Mr. William Yamua here. We have our regional organizer for the Western region. He's here to support the General Secretary to deliver the speech. Then we also have our deputy, our hardworking Deputy General Secretary, Haruna, also here with us, and myself, George Krobi Asante. At this point, I humbly invite the General Secretary of the ruling New Patriotic Party to address the press. Thank you.
Friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, the leadership of the New Patriotic Party is pleased to have you in attendance for this press conference despite the short notice. Ordinarily, given the demanding nature of our national campaign, the New Patriotic Party would have ignored the NDC for yet again another needless demonstration in their desperate attempt to make a mountain out of a molehill regarding the provisional voters register for the 2024 general elections. However, as the governing party in Ghana, the New Patriotic Party is a major stakeholder for all election-related matters and cannot be silent on issues pertaining to the 2024 provisional register. Even more so, the MPP's position on the subject matter has become necessary following an open invitation from the NDC for our opinion. In the post, made on his Facebook wall on September 6, 2024. Dr. Omane Boama, Director of Elections for the NDC, questioned the loud silence of the ruling New Patriotic Party on alleged discrepancies with the provisional register and insinuated that we, the New Patriotic Party, stand to benefit from the manipulation of the register and electoral processes. In view of the above, the NPP, as an important and legitimate stakeholder of election-related matters in Ghana, has every right to share its opinion on the provisional voters register. As all of us are already aware, the Opposition National Democratic Congress, NDC, on Tuesday, September 17, 2024, embarked on a nationwide demonstration against the Electoral Commission, or what they have termed as alarming irregularities, discrepancies, and unauthorized manipulation of the provisional voters register for the 2024 general elections. It is worthy of note that before their demonstration, the Electoral Commission of Ghana granted a stakeholder meeting with the NDC on Friday, September 6, 2024, after the NDC had requested for a meeting in a letter dated August 27, 2024. The meeting accorded the NDC an opportunity to present their concerns of alleged discrepancies regarding the 2024 provisional voters register to the EC. It is also public knowledge that during the said meeting with the Electoral Commission, the NDC indicated that they had identified 5 issues with the provisional voters register, details of which include missing names and photos of registered voters, misplaced voters transfers, deleted names of registered voters, unidentified voters transfer path, and unauthorized voters transfer. On the basis of the above concerns regarding the provisional register, the NDC employed the Electoral Commission to accept an independent forensic audit of the provisional register and read Exhibit same. Ladies and gentlemen, we can also not run from the fact that during the September 6, 2024 meeting, the EC requested the NDC to furnish it with details of all discrepancies it had identified. To date, the NDC is yet to submit such information to the Electoral Commission. Friends from the media, during the 6 September 2024 meeting with the EC, and as detailed in their petition to the Electoral Commission on September 17, 2024, the NDC, on the basis of their own established discrepancies within the provisional register, is demanding the Electoral Commission to do the following: permit an independent forensic audit of the voters register and its IT system, convene stakeholders meeting, agree to publish findings of the forensic audit, re-exhibit the register after forensic audit, review and correct all unauthorized transfers, adopt a revised timeline for electoral activities, and institute accountability and integrity measures. The position of the New Patriotic Party. We in the NPP will be hypocrites to suggest that the NDC acted wrongly by engaging the Electoral Commission with their concerns pertaining the 2024 provisional register and other matters of electoral concern. Historically, the New Patriotic Party has been known for being lead advocates and crusaders for most of the electoral reforms that have positively shaped our nation's democracy. From campaigning against the use of opaque ballot boxes to demanding the introductions of voter identification cards with pictures and the usage of biometric verification devices, the NPP has always been at the center and front of advocacies that seek to guarantee free, fair, and transparent elections. However, many Ghanaians and the NPP cannot comprehend is why the NDC has still not submitted to the Electoral Commission detailed information of its so-called irregularities, discrepancies, and unauthorized manipulation of the provisional voter register despite several appeals by the EC. For instance, in page 2 of their petition to the EC, the NDC stated emphatically that they have uncovered evidence of 243,540 illegal transfers, 3,957 deleted names of voters, as well as over 15,000 unidentified voter transfer paths in the provisional register. Yet, 13 days after the NDC first met the EC on September 6, 2024, they have still not provided a single document to authenticate any of these allegations. We ask, is this not interesting? Indeed, if the NDC have any evidence of illegal transfers, why have they not submitted evidence of such an illegality to be reversed by the Electoral Commission? We believe strongly that the nationwide demonstration by the NDC would have been justified had the EC failed to act after receiving evidence from the NDC on the alleged irregularities and discrepancies. As many of you will attest to, the NDC has a despicable reputation of throwing allegations around without any substantive evidence. It will be recalled that following the close of polls for the 2020 general elections, the NDC, through several media engagements, declared former President Mahama as winner of the elections. At this time, we will let you watch a video by the NDC.
And no attention made to subvert that. I've looked at the results we collected so far, and I'm excited. I'm happy with the results. And we won in 10 regions out of 16, and the Ghanaian people have expressed confidence in us. We will resist any attempts to subvert the will of the people.
Have won this election by some 6,166,385, and that constitutes 50.15%.
Especially my deepest gratitude to you for your tremendous support, which you expressed overwhelmingly and convincingly at the polls. There's no doubt that Ghanaians from every region of this great nation of ours voted for change. And we did so in both the presidential and parliamentary elections.
The has won 141. That is in a clear majority, and will be given President Mahama the needed majority in Parliament to be able to conduct his business as president. What a clear majority with the president-elect. Excellent John Babangida will address the nation and speak to issues pertaining to the presidential results declared by the Chief Minister of the Electoral Commission. That's announcement number 1. Announcement number 2 is that the NPP still has parliamentary majority as we speak. The NDC, the National Democratic Congress, is still holding on to its parliamentary majority, as our General Secretary stated. As we speak, we know that we have won 146. Ladies and gentlemen, our calculations so far indicate that our presidential candidate, President John Dramani Mahama, is ahead, and we are expecting
that the Electoral Commission will very soon come out to declare the next president elect.
Let me repeat. Let me use this opportunity to ask a matter of urgency and importance. Call on the outgoing president, President William Akufo-Addo, to concede defeat in the interest of our sovereignty, in the interest of the sanctity of our democracy, in the interest of the very people that he claimed he wants to fight for. He must concede defeat, and it's very important.
Let me declare presidential results. Apart from chairperson of the Electoral Commission. But the ASEA Commission they say Electoral Commission will offer presidential results in 3 so in this. A various polling stations here has been declared enough. And the results are actually declared at the polling station. It is the Electoral Commission for declared for now of office. Okay, can you see anyone who should move to nationally? If the figures I have taken from Electoral Commission and polling stations across the country, which I said, the Mahama would be anyone obeying. Now, I see our parliamentary level no there. And in the aka. And results I have taken from Electoral Commission returning officers here who declare a call for ministers 141 years. Exactly. The Lieutenant can say
On this note, let me announce to all our supporters that you are free to jubilate.
Well, at least your guess is as good as mine. Thank you. After the EC's official declaration of the results, the NDC suddenly alleged rigging and urged their supporters to demonstrate on the streets and also refrain from recognizing President Akufo-Addo as winner of the elections. Some of the demonstrations, as we witnessed, nearly turned bloody, and their hoodwink supporters assaulted security personnel and innocent Ghanaians with various harmful objects. As fate would have it, when the NDC finally had their day in court, their current national chairman, who was at that time the general secretary of their party, could not tell the Supreme Court the total votes that were amassed by the NDC and the total valid votes that were cast during the elections. And here is a video of Mr. Esteli Ketia.
And the valid vote cast and all those things. You were saying if the figures were correct, and that there were inconsistencies in the figures, I would ask you. Now, in your own calculation, what were the total valid votes cast in the presidential elections on 7th December 2020? In your own calculation. Now, those calculations are reserved for a meeting for us to reconcile because the first respondent themselves is stating the figures. And so it's a sign of failure. The cost. You see, when you started you said that all the representatives across the 275 constituencies. You said you put in them to do the things, and therefore to, compare the figures. You said, then he's asking that from that, what figure did you get? You. I haven't done that. from your own calculations, what were the valid votes cast in favor of the petitioners? To your knowledge, my lord, once you discover this disclaimer, it's difficult to even. Okay, I don't know. You just answer. You don't know. I don't have it. The last one. What figure from your own calculations is the second respondent here and the total value votes cast in this paper? I don't have those figures there.
Thank you. It even becomes more interesting with revelations that were made by Mr. Isiedun Ketia during his campaign for election as national chairman of the NDC in 2022, when he boldly told a gathering of his party supporters that the NDC's own collated results for the 2020 general elections would have disgraced the party in court. The reason he lied to the justices of the Supreme Court that he could not furnish them with figures of the party's collated results. Yet again, let's listen to Mr. Isiedun.
But I said this way, but and from me. We bought about 3 minutes. Now, any support from me. Then you can get saying that you're not. It's only be a process of culture. It's not a significant culture. As that meaning, I can say you can tell you. The course is not for parliament, they could be drawn. And terms of the parliament, now here I said you. As I didn't come back, I said you can tell us to do what the elections I come as me. And the results did say that you are prayer. And sadly, we hear because on the side we are no region India, on our team, and the time, problems. Come back to this way, you only on the village, the two of us that the TikTok about saying, and I cannot use my points. I can get here, as I make what you say, and I said that it's a you have to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is obvious from Mr. Isiedun Ketia's own admission that the NDC knew from their own collated results that they had lost the 2020 elections. Friends from the media, it is obvious that as a country, we have allowed the NDC to get away with so many lies and deceptions. Lies that nearly tarnished our enviable democratic credentials in the 2020 and in some instances threatened the peace and security of our dear republic. Undoubtedly, the recent outburst by the NDC regarding the provisional voters register is just another grand old NDC strategy of lies and deceptions to court public sympathy and support in our election year. We are cautioning the public to be aware of the NDC's crafted false narrative of an opposition party being cheated by a state-controlled electoral body. We are, as New Patriotic Party, challenging the NDC to submit not only to the Electoral Commission, but the media and general public their so-called evidence of alarming irregularities, discrepancies, and manipulations of the provisional register. As remarked, by the Justice VCRAC Crab-led panel on the biometric voters register, which was constituted by the Electoral Commission in 2015. And I quote, "The veracity of the register of voters depends on the honesty of all citizens of Ghana," unquote. At least for once in our lifetime, the NDC must be honest with Ghanaians. The NPP finds it difficult to comprehend the call by the NDC for an independent forensic audit of the provisional register for the 2024 general elections on the basis of alleged errors and discrepancies. Ladies and gentlemen, in addressing the critical matter of this nature, the law and history must always serve as a guide. The constitutional instrument on the registration of voter, CI 91 as amended by CI 127, anticipated such errors and made provisions for remedying any such occurrence. For emphasis, CI 127 makes provision for the resolution of discrepancies such as inclusion of omitted names, removal of names of deceased voters from the register, correction to wrong spelling of names, correction to wrong registration center codes, replacement of poor quality voters' ID cards, and also makes provision for the transfer of voters, special voters lists, and objection to names of unqualified voters on the register. Hence, the identification of any of such errors in the provisional register does not call for an independent forensic audit as being demanded by the NDC. A careful study of the petition submitted by the NDC to the Electoral Commission vis-à-vis the provision of the CI 127 establishes one undisputed fact that there is no need for an independent forensic audit of the provisional register, as the existing electoral laws offer a clear pathway to resolving concerns raised by the NDC. It is worthy of note that when the NPP, Let My Vote Count Alliance, and a host of civil society organizations made a clarion call for an independent forensic audit of the voters register in 2015 on the basis of so many errors and discrepancies in the voters register, the VCRAC Crab-led panel made the recommendation that, and I quote, "The Electoral Commission has always had the constitutional mandate to take the ultimate decision," unquote. The position of the panel was supported by Mr. Johnson Esiedu Ketia, the then General Secretary of the NDC, in his presentation of a paper on the integrity of Ghana's biometric voters register, insisted that the EC, by tradition and convention, keyword tradition and convention, has always been able to cure errors and discrepancies in the voters register. Further, Mr. Esiedu Ketia is quoted on page 20 of the panel's report that cleaning the voters register can be done using existing mechanisms. The exhibition procedures, challenging and objecting to names of unqualified persons in the register, quote and unquote. Further, he boldly stated that, and I quote, the process of deleting deceased person from the register is the process of exhibition of the register. The main purpose of the exhibition is for us to raise objections to people whose names are there which ought not to be there. There are forms and means of processing those objections that will lead to deletion of those names, and it includes the deletion of names of dead people too. So opportunity is given for people to present evidence, because let's face it, the environment we are operating in, if we say people should go and pinpoint the names of dead people for deletion without evidence, I will go and pinpoint Kwabena Japon's name and say he is dead. And there was laughter. And this is the video to the statement by Mr. Siruki.
It's the process of exhibition of the register. After every provisional register is compiled, it is exhibited. Before we go into any election, the register is exhibited. And the main purpose of the exhibition is for us to raise objections to people whose names are there, which ought not to be there. There are forms and a means of processing those that will lead to deletion of those names. And it includes the deletion of names of dead people too. So opportunity is given for people to present evidence. Because let's face it, the environment we are operating in, if you tell people to go and pinpoint the names of dead people for deletion without any evidence, I'll go and pinpoint Baba Japan's name and say with them.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can all see in the video, the position of the NDC in 2015. It is clear that there are existing protocols to rectifying errors in the provisional register, and paramount to such protocols is the need for stakeholders to submit to the Electoral Commission an evidence of registered voters who should either be added to or deleted from the provisional register. On the basis of the panel's position and that of the NDC, which was communicated by Mr. Esudi Ketia, the MPP and other stakeholders abandoned their quest for an independent forensic audit of the 2012 voters register and agreed to the use of voters exhibition exercise to address our concerns. In view of the above, we want to ask the NDC what has changed. Why are they running from that tradition and convention? If there was no need for an independent forensic audit of the register in 2015, why should it be done now? In playing the devil's advocate, let us even admit that there are errors with the provisional register. We humbly ask, how can such errors be corrected when the NDC are refusing to present evidence of errors to the Electoral Commission, the body clothed with the legal authority to supervise the compilation of the voters register? Ladies and gentlemen, we can equally not forget the words of former President Mahama, who in October 2015 stated that the Electoral Commission is an independent body mandated by law to decide what to do. So is a video of Mr. Mahama. Let's kindly watch it. So, Mr. Mahama, why are you and the NDC not allowing the Electoral Commission to decide what to do, but are embarking on demonstrations? Hence, in our view of the above, it is hypocritical for the NDC to be ordering the Electoral Commission to conduct an independent forensic audit of the provisional register. Friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, I will conclude my statement by referencing page 70 of the report by the 2015 VCRAC crab-led panel on the biometric voters register, which states that, and I quote, political parties and all citizens of Ghana to exercise vigilance and maturity when the provisional registers of voters are exhibited, so that they can check the entries and thereby help the Electoral Commission to have a register of voters as credible and as clean as possible. It is a shared responsibility, unquote. We ask, where lies the commitment of the NDC to help the EC produce a credible register when they are refusing to submit evidence of an alleged irregularity to the EC? In view of the submission made by the New Patriotic Party, it is obvious that the recent agitations by the NDC pertaining the 2024 provisional register is needless, deceptive, mischievous to create tensions in the country, knowing very well that they are bound to lose the 2024 general election. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. Thank you very much. Yes. Enuanom ne adɔfo mu a yɛahyia mu aha awia yi, Mama Kwa Ababa Ɔsono Kokoko na Mayoko no headquarters. Ɛnɛ adekwanti a yɛafrɛ mo nsɛntrɛfoɔ ne sɛ yɛn nyinaa nim nkɔmmɔ a ɛkɔ so wɔ Ghana ha a nipakuo a edi anim wɔ saa nkɔmmɔ yi yɛ the National Democratic Congress ɛfa Electoral Commission Provisional Voters Register ɔmo ka ho asɛm. Ka NPP deɛ, ka NDC foɔ na ɛka ɔmo asɛm, ka yɛmfa yɛn ho. Nanso so ɛnam sɛ yɛwɔ abɛn mu na yɛsa yɛ key stakeholder wɔ abatoɔ ho nsɛnsɛm wɔ Ghana nti, na yɛsɛ yɛba abɔnten na yɛhyerɛkyerɛ yɛn adwene yɛkasa fa ho. Ɛnkanka sɛ NDC Director of Elections Dr. Omane Boama actual challenge sɛ ana NPP yɛyɛ din a yɛnkasa. Edi kan NDC foɔ yɛn nyinaa nim sɛ ɛbena da atwa mu yi ɛyɛ September 17 ɛyɛ yɛkyerɛ Electoral Commission no. Na asɛm a na ɔmo ka ɛne sɛ Electoral Commission Voters Register no nsɛm bebree wɔ ho a ɔmo hwɛ a sɛdeɛ Electoral Commission yɛ no, Electoral Commission ɛpɛ politi kwan bi so ɛwia abɛnum ɛde aboa NPP foɔ. Na ne nyinaa nso so yɛbɛkae a September 6 na Electoral Commission foɔ ato ɔmo nsa afrɛ NDC foɔ a ɔmo na ɔmo yɛ nhyiamu ɛnam NDC nsɛm a na ɔmo ka sɛ ɔmo anya gyinaso bi a ɛkyerɛ sɛ nkurɔfoɔ bi a ɔmo awu edin wɔ Electoral Commission Provisional Register no mu ɛne nkurɔfoɔ bi a ɔmo nim ho hwee nya transfer ɔmo vote afiri ɔmo constituency. Saa meeting no course no Electoral Commission ɛda abɔnten sɛ ɔmo busa NDC foɔ sɛ enyinaso a ɔmo de ba no ɔmo fa mmɔ ɔmo na ɔmo nso nya kwan nhwehwɛ mu. Mene okasa from 6 September Electoral Commission demanding from NDC foɔ sɛ ɔmo fa ɔmo nyinaso ma no ɔmo fa mmae. Electoral Commission adwuma a ɔmo yɛ sɛ ɔmo hwɛ sɛ abatoɔ bɛkɔ so no yɛ NPP foɔ so the interest room sɛ ɛbɛhwɛ sɛ asomdwie a ɔmo ɛha no nso ɛbɛtena ase akɔ so. Ɛsɛm a NDC foɔ ka no ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛyɛ nwanwa paa as a political party. Ne nyinaa firi sɛ NDC foɔ dan so baabi adi wɔ Ghana ha yɛanhwɛ ne yie a ɛde oyɛ ni bɛba ɔmo ɛma. Sɛ central foɔ mbɛkae a 2020 ɛbrɛ a yɛkɔto aba Electoral Commission nya announce yɛ no NDC foɔ mpanimfoɔ ɛte sɛ then President Yoweri Mahama, Yoweri Sedi Ketia, Miami Nua Sami Gyamfi mu ba abɔnten ɛbɛka kyerɛ Ghana foɔ sɛ aba a yɛto yɛ no NDC foɔ ɛdi nkunim. Na ebi kura deɛ Yoweri Mahama sɛ ɔmo winning 140 seats, Yoweri Sedi Ketia so 141. Sami Jemfi so say 141. Ne nyina akyi omo ka kyerɛ omo titaafoɔ sɛ the electoral commission mɛka bia omo mfi no omo nti si abɔnten nkɔ edidi. Ebere electoral commission announce results ni wie yɛ NDC fo ante omo ase omo de asɛm no kɔ court. Asɛm no kɔ court de resi de ketia kɔ gyina adaka mu no. Mmeranimfoɔ no bisa ne sɛ asɛm a de abɛda court sɛ yɛwia wɔ abatoɔ mu vote a wonya yɛ sen. You resi de ketia ntimi enya no. Yɛbusa ne sɛ nipa sɛ na to aba wɔnti yɛde kyerɛ mu nsɛtrɔfoɔ. Enu firi wɔ asɛm a NPP ni yɛ ka ne sɛ sɛbi tina NDC foɔ paa ni nsɛm ni nyinaso bi a ɛne date na mo ka kyerɛ mo titaafoɔ sɛ mo di nkunim na mo ma amanfoɔ ti si abɔnten a ebi di mmara hyɛ mo nsɛm a polisifoɔ ɛne Ghanafoɔ mo nam baabi ɔmo nyɛ hwee koraa no mo kɔ de ɔmo sa keka ɔmo a mo pray bi mo. Na nyame a ɔmpɛ bɔne ebere duru sɛ yɛwura syndicate yɛkɔpere national chairman okosia ɔno ano enua mo NDC foɔ ka kyerɛ ɔmo sɛ ɔmo kɔ court na ɔmo ne nyinaso bi a wɔ hɔ empo ɔmo de ɔmo nyanso no koraa eni hɔ no ɛkɔma yɛwura Katuchi Kata ɛma yɛ papa Katuchi Kata ka kyerɛ ɔmo sɛ yanom saa asɛm pa na mo de kɔ court a me deɛ asɔrɔ ya mentimi ndi akyi ɛno nti na yɛwura syndicate aka sɛ ɔmo kɔ court na judge fo busa ne sɛ ne dance die wɔ no wɔkaa sɛ eni hɔ no nyina fi sɛ na ɔmo nni nyinaso biara. Deɛ meka kɔ akɔsi ne sɛ ɛte sɛ Ghana ha yɛatena sɛ ama NDC fo afa mo ho adi ɛwɔ ntorɔ ne ndaadaasɛ bebree ɔmo ka. Deɛ ɔmo kaa ne 2020 anyɛ ne korɛ no deɛ na Ghanafoɔ yɛka fa ho. NDC kora yi a yɛkora akɔto aba 2024 ɛsa de nsɛm abɛto abɔnten sɛ electoral commission ɛpɛ sɛ owi aba no ɛma NPP. Nsɛm a wɔde kɔ da electoral commission sɛ allegations ne nyinaa no up to now sɛ nokora paa sɛ mo nyinaso bi wɔ ha momfa mbra na electoral commission foɔ ho moma asɛnkyerɛwfoɔ ehu moma Ghanafoɔ nyinaa hu sɛ nsɛm si na moka ɛnam na moka sɛ saa danseɛ no NDC foɔ fa mae na sɛbi ɔbɔ obi kɔɔdo sɛ obi ayɛ bɔne a it is just fair sɛ nipafoɔ no adeɛ a wayɛ no ɔde bɛkyerɛ no na ma Ghanafoɔ nyinaa hu sɛ mpo ka electoral commission NDC foɔ de saa nsɛm no kɔ akɔmɔ ɔmo ɛna ɔmo ntena eyi ano ɛna NDC foɔ kɔ demonstration a ka Ghanafoɔ nyinaa ɛna ɔmo bɛyɛ ade yɛn no kasa yi adekorɔ pɔtee nti ɔmo kɔɔ ho demonstration no electoral commission nim yɛ central foɔ yɛ nim NPP foɔ so yɛ nim woyɛ ne firi hɔ a Ghana yɛ wɔ abakɔsɛm Ghana mmara ɛyɛ CI 91 a CI 127 ɛbɛsesa ano ɛsɛ ɛba abatoɔ ho nsɛm a electoral commission ɛyɛ true exhibition of voter register ɛhwɛ sɛ ayɛ dwumakuo ne bi afonso betumi aba nipa etwa ɔmo din ebi afonso betumi aba sɛ nipa pɛ sɛ ɔtransfer ne vote ebi akwa ne nipa akɔ so awu voter register nim na ɛsɛ yi ɔmo film true voter exhibition no electoral commission etumi correct saa nɔɔma wɔ nyinaa abakɔsɛm wɔ hɔ 2015 the NDC foɔ yɛ ɔmo kan NPP tu saa na mo ne bi saa bere no kwan nsɛm a ne yɛ ka pa ne mu odu ɛsɛ the NDC foɔ ne ka efi sɛ ne akɔ 2012 election petition ama nsɛnkyerɛnne a yɛde kɔma court foɔ ne Ghanafoɔ ho yɛ no ehu sɛ ampa asɛm a NPP foɔ ka ne mu di nti NPP gyina so ɛne kuo bi te sɛ let my vote count alliance foɔ ɛne other civil society groups ɛka sɛ saa deɛ a ɛne electoral commission ɛmfa independent audit team na sɛ forensic team na yɛ voter register no yɛhwehwɛ mu ebi kora deɛ ka sɛ daabi voter register no nam problems wɔ mu yɛsesa ne nyinaa ɛno ɛna electoral commission tii agbegyekuo bi a na yɛwura VCRAC crap ɛda ano na ekuo no asɛm a wɔn ka ne sɛ ɛba mmerɛ mu a electoral commission nko ara ɛna otumi sɛ ɔbɛka wɔn asɛm na esisi Party list no, and the command electoral commission. And yet the enemy says, say, be anymore. And say, Yati and Master said, electoral commission, your man, no, and yet the enemy says, say, be anymore. Open say, Yati and Master said, no, I say, electoral commission, your man, that's so man, I say, that's so. And the command said 9 years after 2015, or 2024, I dare Yati. Now, NDC, father, now with the enemy, I read syndicate here. What are now the enemy? Dear Narcissa, wow, you two say electoral commission and exhibition. I feel also there be my independent forensic committee, ELMO, and a electoral commission in my engine. Say, be a Pobasa, near Papa and Natural. Near Papa and said, they be out there, and no kind here, and not a country, and also what's the man. Oh, yeah, no flew out. On my period that died, Mahama. In 2015, the Kasa Electoral Commission voter registered in Opening back on 10 to move video in each realm. Our culture Ghana 4 years before said Electoral Commission or the home, Sebi, and now my report being a Electoral Commission, you might want it. It's a summer FPP in Nayabusa, Ira Mahama near this before said. Say Electoral Commission in the home, near say what Sassi and Duma. Our kind in 2015. What has changed? Then Narcissa, I feel your workers the electoral commission do my 1 year. When you need TMO will be made the electoral commission do my engine. And TI MPPI Yamayukua and Tia Belma, the name said, Namibwa is the master, and never do my pa, you are good father buying, and then you shall do why you are by me. I will say, of the Mama Ghana for the meeting could know about you. The NDC once a more can. The team for any more central human. You so my lady. They are 7 years said, yes, share this and a more mutu, and a more mutu, and a more said, you one, and woman. Now, yen ya, we are not to yen no man, as I said, or Munjai, and some more say, Papa Vicar. Evidence I'm someone, one from Brabant team, one from my electoral commission, no electoral commission phone. And that's my Bob Muslim said, Opa Sabasabagana, Edity, and I'm too sana one, Madame Yinamas.
No, so we'll invite, we'll give you the opportunity to ask questions. We'll take a batch of questions from the English media houses.
I'm with TV3 Media General. That probably the call by the NDC to seeking for forensic audit into the register is prudent in this regard because there could be more plants and animals in the register.
All right. My name is Nyakwan Mawo, GBC News, GTV. What will happen if EC agrees to conduct the forensic audit just before 2 months to the general election? Thank you.
Last one. Yes, please.
My name is Uben. I report for TH1 TV and Star FM. So the NDC says it identified these discrepancies and drew the attention of the EC, of which the EC admitted to some of these discrepancies. Besides Kusiga, for example, is this not enough justification that the NDC's call is indeed justified? Thank you.
General response to this.
The first question by my friend from TV3 and the last one are almost similar questions. To start with, the position of the New Patriotic Party, as Ade articulated, that there is a tradition and convention, and this position was stated by the NDC in 2015. Certainly, we are not saying that the voter register is sacrosanct and is perfect. Definitely, there will be challenges in it, and that is why, in the wisdom of CI 91 and CI 127, they made provision on the processes to address these issues. So our comment and position is that if indeed, generally, we have issues about the register, there is a process that you have to follow.
Thank you,
And that process was through the voter exhibition. So if indeed you have identified some errors, make those errors known to the Electoral Commission. It's very simple.
Yes.
Since 1992, at one point in time, did an independent body did the work for the Electoral Commission.
Wisdom.
We have been doing the exhibition from 92, 96, 2000, 2004, 2008, 12, 16, 20, 20. At all points, there was exhibition, and the exhibition was used to correct anomalies in the system. Just like what my brother said, you citing Pusiga. The Electoral Commission, yes, admitted that there have been issues in Pusiga, not only Pusiga. For them, it is part of the process. Definitely, there will be issues at various centers. It is possible that there are still dead people's names in the register. It is possible that some people wanted to transfer their votes, but the system didn't capture it. It is possible that the system, whether deliberately or by accident, might have transferred people without their knowledge. That is why we have all this system, exhibition. And the case that they have made about dead people in the register, I find it very preposterous and laughable. Because as it exists now, by creation of God, people are born every day and people die every day. Yes. So even if we clean the register today, on December 7th, there will still be dead people in the voter register. So you cannot stand on that basis and make the accusation that there are dead people in the register. So at least these are issues that we need to think to and put it to the NDC that they have no case in it. A friend also asked about what if the NDC, the Electoral Commission, see to what the point that the NDC is making. In fact, one, then people also hit the streets to demonstrate against the Electoral Commission. Then it will also mean that the Electoral Commission is not consistent. Because in 2015, the same Electoral Commission that told us that they have the body, they have the capacity to make sure that internally they resolve issues. So we ask them what has changed.
What has changed? A lawyer. Wisdom, three questions have been well. Wisdom speak. Other set of questions. Yes. No repetition of questions. Great wisdom. Yes.
Sorry, I'm Vanessa from Metro TV. The EC had said during the voter exhibition, the NDC had they had identified some abnormalities, and then the EC had said it's been corrected. So at what point does the NDC know that it has been corrected? At what point?
Any other questions? Yes, please. We want to know you and your media house, please.
My name is Gemma. I work with Pastor. I want to find out whether the NPP, when it was given the voters register some few weeks ago by the EC, find any discrepancies or irregularities, and did you draw the attention of the EC to it?
Okay, the final one.
Yeah, I think at the press conference by the EC.
It's your name and your media house.
Sorry, my name is Nanakuku from the Research Light. The EC did indicate that they are working on the issues raised by the NDC, and that they will give copies of the register to all the political parties after they have done the audit themselves. Yes. So I don't know where they are going to go anyway. But my question is, whenever there's a party in power, there's that kind of quadratic between the power at the party and the EC. When the opposition is a different ball game. So as a country, what can we do to avoid this very near collision? Because whenever we are going to vote, there's this kind of friction and how do you call it, tension and that kind of thing. So what can the country do to avoid this very situation?
Thank you. The first question my sister was, at what point would the NDC receive? I can't speak for the Electoral Commission.
Thank you.
The Electoral Commission has their own mandate to determine it. But what I know is that by law and by precedent also, after provisional register has been given and errors corrected, then the final register is given to the political parties. So for us, we were waiting for the final register. Then my sister from Asas also asked a question. Yes, NPP has also detected some errors in the register. And some including dead people in the register, and some people whose name have been transferred, or some people who wanted to do transfers but has not been effected. All these things are what we are planning to send to the Electoral Commission next week, based on what you have stated. And we expect the Electoral Commission to use their internal mechanism to address it. The final one has to do with behavior of political parties. In fact, I'll be the first to concede that yes, in opposition, we also attack the Electoral Commission, we also make some comments about the Electoral Commission. But I also believe that as a nation, and at this point, we call also on the media and civil society to put all political parties on check. But at the end of the day, as politicians, we want to win elections. And it could be your strategy that, okay, let me try to put the Electoral Commission on the spotlight. Let me put the Electoral Commission to do certain things in our way. But it bestows one on the Electoral Commission as independent body to remain fair. And two, also on the media to put the political parties on the spotlight. As a political party, we are not above the law. When we say or make certain statements, which is derogatory or certain statement that tends to have threats to our democracy, we expect you to come out and criticize us. And once you criticize us as a political party that behaves well, you accept it in good faith. If not, the good people of Ghana will also take the right decision. I think going forward, we need our party to work together as one people and also protect state institutions, because we are in government. We may not be in government forever, but state institutions will forever be as our elected together. But state institutions will forever be together.
And I'll do that. Okay, question. Thank you all for coming. We are doing that. The General Secretary once again has given an evidence-based.
Yes. General speak. Wisdom. Yes.